Hello, Dental A Team listeners. This is Kiera Dent, and I just wanted to say thank you so much for being part of my Dental A Team family. I seriously love doing this podcast. I thought I was going to hate it, and I love it. I love it so much because I get to connect with you. I get to hear how this podcast is helping you and your practice be better. So if you have loved this podcast and you are willing to share, I would greatly appreciate if you'll share with your friends, if you'll leave us a review, if you'll give us 5 stars, anything you can do. Just like you guys grow your practices, we're trying to grow this podcast to positively impact the world of dental. This is how we get to grow our Dental A Team family. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoy the show. Hey everyone, welcome to the Dental A Team podcast. We're your hosts, Kiera Dent
and Dr. Mark Costas.
Mark and I had this crazy idea that maybe we could combine a dentist and a team member's perspective because let's face it, dentistry can be a challenging profession with those two perspectives. And Dental A Team podcast was created.
I'm a practicing dentist, a multiple practice owner, a dental performance coach, and the founder of the Dental Success Institute.
I've been a dental assistant, treatment coordinator, scheduler, biller, office manager, current practice owner, and international dental consultant. Mark and I don't just understand you, we are you.
Our goal is to positively impact the world of dentistry by sharing our lessons learned from the road in hundreds of dental offices.
2 perspectives, 1 mission, to help dental professionals reach their full potential. Welcome to the Dental A Team podcast. Hello, Dental A Team listeners. This is Kiera, and I want to give you guys a quick tactical, practical idea for the hygiene department. So I'm coming to those hygienists, and I know I've mentioned this before, but I don't feel, and I'm not being snooty, I've just seen a lot of dental offices. So I don't think that there's a lot of dental offices that like super dazzle me. There's a lot that I'm wildly impressed with. I think you guys are doing an awesome job. But I feel like because I've seen so many offices, there's a lot of things that I'm like, cool, seen that, done that, like awesome job, you're doing it, crushing it. So I was at an office the other day that did impress me. And I think that this is a fun one to talk about because they did something different in their hygiene department. So what they did was when the doctor came in, the doctor was really proactive. It was my first time being in this practice, and I was watching new patient exams. And when he went in, he like shook his hand and said, "Hi, I'm Dr. So-and-so." He said his first name. So I'd be Dr. Kiera. You'd be Dr. whoever you are. So it was, "Hi, I'm Dr. So-and-so. Like, thanks so much for choosing me as your dentist. I am here to tell you what you need in your mouth. From there, you get to make the decisions." I loved that. He immediately put the control in the patient. He thanked them for choosing him as a dentist. And I was super impressed by this. I was really impressed because I don't hear that very often. I think so often we're like, "Hi, trying to introduce." But I love that he said, like, "Thanks for choosing me as your dentist." He reminded them, like, "You chose me as your dentist, and I'm aware of that. I appreciate that. I acknowledge that." Before that, though, the hygienist had teed up the patient. And this is something where if hygiene, you're not doing this, I thought it was brilliant. Now, a lot of you, yes, you're doing this in your exam, like the forms that they're filling out before they come back. And I think that's great. But I thought it was so important because what they had is they had a little laminated sheet in the hygiene op. The hygienist asked the patient, "Hey, Kiera, so I just want to know of these 4 things." They literally said it just like this. Okay, so it wasn't a weird conversation. They literally said it just like this. "Hey, Kiera, I want to know of these 4 items: function, longevity, cosmetic, or cost." And they had them bolded on, it was literally a white piece of laminated paper, like a 6-inch one by 11 inches. It was a half a sheet of paper, white. Said, "Of these 4, I want to know what your main focus, main priority is coming to the dentist." And it was interesting because most people couldn't just choose one. They typically chose 2. So for me, as a person, I'm going to say that my top priorities, they actually are going to be function and longevity. Cost isn't a driving factor. Hello, I work in the dental field. So cost is not a driving factor for me. And cosmetic is there for sure. So actually, I probably would say it's going to be longevity and cosmetic. Like, yes, I want them to function right, but honestly, I want them to look pretty and I want them to last me forever. I don't want dentures. So my top 2 would probably be cosmetic and longevity. And if I had to choose one, I'm kind of vain, guys, and I want my teeth to look great. So I'm probably going to go cosmetic and then longevity. Those would be my top 2. And it was super awesome because they literally filled this out for every single patient. Doctors, you can then treatment plan according to what you know. If you know I'm cosmetic and I'm longevity, your treatment plan is going to look way different because you know you can come at me with like a veneer case. You know that you can come at me with whitening or ortho. Like I am cosmetic central. That's what I want. And cost is not a prohibiting issue. Of course, I'm probably cost a little bit, but that's not my main driving force. If you have somebody where they say main driving force is cost, you can come at them with a different treatment plan. It doesn't mean you change your diagnosing. It just means how you present your treatment to them. I also really love, they ask, some people I've heard this, it wasn't at this particular office, but I've heard it, so I'm going to combine the two. They also said like, hey, how do you like to receive information? Like for me, I like bullet points. Just tell me the highlights. I'll choose from there. Other people, they want a paragraph. Like you want to understand the ins, the outs. Honestly, guys, if you are a doctor and you're giving me a paragraph of information as to why I need this crown, you've lost me. I checked out 5 minutes ago when you kept going on and on and on and on. I know you want to tell me about all the reasons I need this crown. I don't really care. I just want you to tell me, Kiera, you need a crown. You need to come back in 2 weeks. Let's get this done. Okay, great. Thank you. You need this because you've got a crack. It's like a crack in the windshield. We know it's there. We don't know how long it's going to be there, like a chip in the windshield. We know it's there. We know it's going to crack at some point. We just don't know when. It's the least expensive and most predictable to get it done today. Okay, great. Thanks. Got it. I will go sign up for my crown. I don't care if it's $1,000, $2,000. I know I need to get this done. You just gave me bullet pointed information. Now, if I'm somebody who prefers paragraphs of explanations, then you go into like, okay, this is why we need to do this. This is all these different pieces. So it really is you guys working heavily on really giving the information to the patient based on their needs, based on their wants, and based on the things that are going to be the most important to this patient. I loved it, guys. It's the simplest little form. And I've heard of other offices doing this. And I'm like, gosh, they're so smart. They're so smart because instead of you trying to guess and deliver every single exam to me as a patient the exact same way, I'm not the same as a lot of other people. I'm not going to want to hear my information the same as other people. Also, what I prioritize is going to be different. And honestly, I will tell you one thing. When I'm filling out, I don't know about you guys, so this is Kiera Dent. I know I'm not every patient, so don't generalize me. I don't know how you guys are, but typically when I go to the doctor's office, I want to fill out those forms as fast as possible. I'm not really paying attention. I'm like, yep, don't have any of those diseases. Yep, I'm totally clean. Good, good, good. Here you go. As fast as I can possibly fill out those paperwork. Here you go. I don't know that I'm taking a ton of time to tell you if I'm more concerned about cosmetic, function, longevity, or cost. Probably not paying attention. But if my hygienist says like, hey, Kiera, I want to make sure we give an exam and we want to like treat you based on the things that are most important to you. Of this list, these 4 items, what is the most important to you for your dental health? It's cosmetic and longevity. Okay, great. And then do you prefer information just so I know? Do you prefer it kind of in like bullet points, like quick to the point? Or do you prefer me to give you some like paragraph detailed information? I just want to make sure that I'm communicating to you in the best, most efficient way for you. I definitely like bullet points. Thanks for asking. Like, let's be efficient. Let's save time. Done. Doctors, if you knew this information walking in before you started an exam, I guarantee your exams would look differently. Treatment coordinators, if you knew this information, your treatment plans would look differently. Dental assistants, if you knew this information before you brought a patient back or you were trying to do same-day treatment, this would benefit you as well. I would strongly recommend do these as a pop-up so you know my driving force. If you know what I want and how I want to achieve it, I am much more likely to say yes because you delivered it in a package deal that makes sense to me. You hand delivered it to me. So my challenge to all of you guys, this is a quick, short episode. It's tactical, can be a great one for a Monday morning meeting. Bust these out, try them out. It's not hard. This is nothing that takes a long time to implement. Try it. See if your case acceptance increases. Test it for 6 weeks. Do a random sampling. See what happens. See if you guys are able to increase this. So my hygiene crew, this is for you. I want you to try this out. Cost, longevity, function, or cosmetic. Make them bold. And then do they prefer information in bullet points or do they prefer it in paragraphs? Doctors, try this in your exams. Treatment coordinators, try this. Yes, I know you might have it in your forms. Try something different. If you can get a 1 or 2% increased case acceptance, would it be worth this one little piece of paper? Absolutely yes. So let's try it out. Let me know. I want to hear your feedback on this. And as always, guys, short, sweet, to the point is what I'm going for today. I want you to go try this out. I'm not going to fluff this one up. It's going to be short and sweet because I've got a call, as always. All right, guys, that's your podcast for today. I can't wait to catch you guys next time on the Dental 18 Podcast.
And that wraps it up for another episode of the Dental 18 Podcast. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll talk to you next time.